The year they sold us as the age of liberation, the end of toil, the paradise promised by algorithms and robots that would do everything for us. And, in a way, they did. Look around. Machines built the buildings scraping the artificial sky. Machines plant, harvest, process the tasteless nutrient paste that keeps us running. Machines clean, transport, manage every pulse of energy flowing through the global network. There are no noisy factories, no fields to be plowed under a harsh sun, no offices full of zombies typing away their lives. Work, as we knew it, is dead. They gave us the universal subsidy, enough for basic subsistence, a roof, the nutrient paste, unlimited access to the immersive entertainment network. Sounds like freedom, doesn't it? Sounds like the ultimate dream, a life without obligation, without the pressure to sell your strength, your time, your soul for a wage. But look closer, feel the silence. It's not the silence of peace, it's the silence of emptiness. The silence of billions of minds trapped in their own digital bubbles, navigating oceans of useless data, consuming endless distractions. The network isn't entertainment. It's a gilded cage of bytes, a prison built of pixels and algorithms that keep us docile, distracted, busy with nothing. They said we'd have time for art, for philosophy, for self-exploration. Nonsense. Art for whom? Philosophy about what? Self-exploration when your self is shaped and fed by what the network decides to show you? Our minds, freed from the need to work, have rotted in forced inactivity. Creativity became an anomaly. Curiosity, a danger. Purpose, an ancient legend. We saw the divide deepen. No longer rich versus poor or workers versus bosses. Now it's the plugged-in versus the architects. The vast processing mass down below, receiving their subsidy and living their simulated lives. And up above, in the governance towers, invisible, untouchable, the architects who designed it all. Those who still work. But their work isn't producing things. Their work is managing us. Managing the network, optimizing the data flow, ensuring the processing mass remains connected, consuming, existing in a state of perpetual semi-consciousness. Because you see, the freedom they gave us isn't free. The subsidy isn't charity. It's a payment for our most valuable resource in this new world, our attention, our online time, our digital interactions. Every click, every view, every like on the network, every microsecond our eyes are fixed on the screen, that's the new ore. That's what's being extracted. Our lives, transformed into a constant stream of behavioral, emotional, existential data. Data that feeds what? That's the big question, isn't it? What does the machine need so much from our data? What is it building with the fragments of our digital souls? Some whisper that the architects are teaching themselves, that they are training artificial intelligences on a scale we can't even imagine, using the very essence of billions of human lives as fuel. Others say our plugged-in brains serve as distributed processing nodes for calculations that defy physics, that they've turned us into organic units of a planetary supercomputer without us even knowing. The truth? It's probably something far stranger, darker, more alien to our old understanding of work. The worst part isn't the exploitation. We've been exploited before. The worst part is the irrelevance. Knowing that the material world, the real world, keeps running perfectly fine without our physical effort, without our tactile creativity, without our genuine social interaction. We are dispensable, and the subsidy forces us to accept our dispensability, rewarding us for being good, quiet consumers of bits. Of course, there's resistance. There always is. The unplugged, those who tried to escape the network, seeking refuge in the abandoned zones, the dead lands where the net doesn't reach, or where its rules don't yet apply. They try to farm the barren soil, find clean water, rebuild some form of analog community. But they are few. They are hunted, marginalized, seen as crazy or terrorists. The network labels them anomalies, viruses in the perfect system. The truth is, they are the last sparks of humanity fighting against the tide of an evolution that has turned us into something less. And what happens to the soul in this digital purgatory? What happens when the struggle, the overcoming, the pride of work well done, the frustration of failure, the camaraderie of the team, all of it is gone? What remains is infinite boredom, subtle anxiety, the feeling that life is passing you by, on a screen, while you merely exist. It's a mass existential crisis, silenced by the white noise of the network. A sickness of the soul that no nutrient paste can cure. This is the work of 2500, not manual labor, not creative mental work. It is the work of existing within the system. The work of being processed, the work of not resisting while your attention, your identity, and perhaps something even deeper, are slowly extracted for purposes only the architects and their machines understand. It's a future they said would set us free. But perhaps freedom, true freedom, can only exist where there is struggle, where there is a purpose that is ours, not one dictated by an algorithm. You ask yourself, is this inevitable? Are we walking towards this silent prison, one bite at a time? What are you feeding with your attention right now? What are you building or allowing to be built through you? Here, on ChronoFiction, we dare to look into the shadows of tomorrow, at the possible futures, no matter how dark, at the questions we need to ask now, before the answers are coded for us. If you dare to explore the depths of time and fiction, to question the reality that is approaching, subscribe. Join us on this journey through the chronofictions that may or may not become our reality. Think about it. What is left of you when work no longer defines who you are? And what if your non-work is, in fact, the most insidious form of labor ever invented?